What's going on, everybody? It's Ben here from the Pride of Villa, and today I'm going to do a quick reaction to Aston Villa beating Brentford away from home. Normally I'd do one of these videos straight after the game, however I've been a little bit busy and I just wanted to kind of have a little bit of thought process going behind this video, because normally when I make the instant match reactions, it's literally what goes on off the dome, what we talk about firstly, and just try and get out there as quick as possible. So I thought, let's take a little bit of time, have a little bit more of a reasoned discussion about the game today, and overall just give you my quick thoughts. So essentially it's still the same video, just hopefully a little bit more measured in my discussion. But yes, Aston Villa would pick up 3 points away from home at the G-Tech Stadium against a Brentford team, signalling a really tough fought but ultimately rewarding 3 points away from home for Aston Villa, given that Villa's away form this season has been absolutely dreadful, but not to mention how we've been following a Champions League game in Europe. Villa would pick up their second win within that respective campaign. And like I mentioned there, hard fought is probably the best word to describe it. You know, we're going into this game with a different lineup. Obviously, we kind of heard news. It's not been confirmed, although Emery's come out and said it is a muscular issue. Make of it what you will, but no Asensio and no Emi Martinez following on from our victory in Belgium on Tuesday night. So we ended up seeing Jacob Ramsey come into the fold, and we also ended up seeing Robin Olsen come into the fold tonight. Now obviously we're playing against the Brentford team that will make it difficult for you. They've not had the best of luck going into this season, and not perhaps following on from the sale of Ivan Toney, been the most prolific of teams going in front of goal. However, it is still a hard opposition to play against, and I think Aston Villa really showed that tonight. It wasn't necessarily the greatest of performances, and sometimes it doesn't have to be the greatest of performances. I'm not sitting there and expecting Villa to pull out a 5-star performance every game, week in, week out, because it's just not going to be possible for a team in the position that we are. You know, we're not physically going to be doing that. And once again today, it did kind of show. You know, we started off the game quite leggy. It looked defensively like it was a bit of a mismatch with Brentford's high press going against our defensive lineup. But we stayed resolute, we kept ourselves within the moment, and really throughout the first half, it was more even chances here and there. We probably did come the closest, but ultimately not really showing much, mostly from the Jacob Ramsey chance. That was a great save from Flecken. A great save, a bit of a deflection, wasn't it, rather than a save. But that was the closest chance that Villa came to at least getting any chance at goal. We then come into the second half with a complete lease of energy. Leon Bailey's taken off for Matty Cash, so it frees up a bit more defensively for our wing backs to go up, whilst bringing in a nice central full defensive unit. And instantly we could see the rewards. We ended up with a really good pressing goal from Ollie Watkins, who just loves to play against the Brentford fans. 6 Premier League goals in his last visits against Brentford. You know, fair play to the guy. For the player that he is, he's done really well. And although, yes, tonight he did have a majorly mishap chance later on in the night, which you can contest whether it was the right idea to go and chip the goalie. But, you know, for me, right, as long as we're scoring the goals, as long as those chances are going in the net, and ultimately tonight, without it, we would have gone on with a 0-0 draw. Thank God we have Ollie Watkins and at least a striker to do that in the back of the net. Because, like I said, you get 3 points, we get it away from home and against the champ. There's so many factors in that game tonight, and the fact that we've been able to do that with our main number 9 right now, you know, giving some major praise. Obviously, then we would go and get a second goal like 2 minutes later. Unfortunately, we'll get rolled offside, very tightly just, but ultimately, it won't go in. However, look at the amount of enthusiasm and energy that we saw from that side. It really showed a team that, you know, for apparently looking really tired and playing too many games, you know, this team is capable of doing it. There is a team there that is clearly showing some great determination and a great sense of resilience to go into these games after the amount of games we've had to play as well, let's not forget, to still be able to put in the performances they are. Fair play to them, they are giving it a go, and in some ways, yes, we are coming back towards now a full squad of players. Obviously, we're still missing the likes of Amadou Onana and Ross Barkley. We're also obviously missing now Asensio and Martinez. But given the fact that we've only got one more game coming up for this week before we go into an international break, is it the worst of games? Not particularly, you know, but again, that's to discuss in a moment. But again, you know, for what we've seen of this team, for the rut that we were in for a few while, be fair to them. they have done really well tonight. Like I said, not the easiest of games. Brentford really did pile on the pressure towards the last 20-30 minutes. And although Villa, like I said, with the Ollie Watkins chance, odd corner here and there, Villa weren't really doing anything. But where I think Villa really showed their resolution side was in their defensive performance. You could look at our defensive lineup and say every single one of them was solid tonight. But I think the main one that everyone's talking about, Axel Disasi, you know, I've been a big fan of him. I wasn't massively one of those people that was against him being signed. I actually even suggested that Villa signed him in the January transfer window when it was a possibility, following our defensive line being completely mismatched. And I think tonight shows, you know, don't just watch some of the games you see at Chelsea and just go off that assumption. Make your own assumption on players and watch what you want to see, because we're all going to have different opinions. But for me, tonight has shown why you should back Axel Disasi sometimes. That is a really strong, crucial performance he did tonight. Although, contestably, you could have argued he gave away a penalty against Sherrard. I just think, how resolute was he? Playing out of position as well on the right, you know, he's more of a central defender, obviously. And in that instance, it does make you question, we've got 2 right-backs on the bench, and yet you're preferring to play someone like him there. It's a very interesting decision, isn't it? But obviously, he looks so much like a rock in that defence. He looks like somebody that just gets the game and just gets it with the team as well. He fits in, he's got a nice physical dominating presence within that defensive lineup, and he made sure he utilised his muscle and just general sense of play. He's not going to be the quickest of players, but in the same sense of what we were looking for Diego Carlos in that physical attribute, that's where Axel Disasi uses it really well, and you can really feel that. And he showed it tonight. He really made it hard for Brentford to really break down our defensive line and get much chances. Yes, sure, they did have the odd opportunity here and there. I think the Lewis Potter one was the one that hit the near post. That was the best chance that they had, really. But apart from that, defensively, we really stuck resolute. We kept our shape. All 3 of our centre-halves made sure they knew the job that was provided on them and just really kept a nice, solid defensive performance. And like I said, it's not going to be the most exciting games because really, there's not much else to talk about in terms of what actually happened. But it's about that going away from home, going to a team that are really difficult to play against, no matter where you are in the league. They are difficult to play against. But going away in the league and getting 3 points, going away and managing to get a win following a European competition game, it's a bonus, a bonus, a bonus for Aston Villa. And with Manchester City losing, teams in and around that position are going to be slipping up. Yes, we've played more games than a lot of other teams, but anything can happen. Obviously, last week we were saying season's over, but let's just keep it grounded. Let's just really see what happens. We're passionate fans at the end of the day. We care about this team, and we want to see us obviously in those echelons of where they deserve to be. We want to be with Nottingham Forest in that Champions League position, but we've just got to keep ourselves grounded and just really, we just got to keep going and see what happens. But results like this tonight are what really stands out. Now, obviously, Villa's next game will be the second tie against Club Brugge at home. Villa going into it with a 3-1 advantage. And then following on from that, we are obviously going into a bit of a break for an international break. And that'll be the perfect opportunity for Villa. Get your players back. Get those last minute players who have been injured, like your Barkleys and Onanas. Get them back. And for the last 10 games of the league, plus the possible FA Cup Champions League run, give it everything you've got. Get to that finish line. Be our pace. Be our stamina. Let's see what this Villa team can do. And let's see if, through as turbulent as it has been, don't get it twisted, a trophy could still be possible. A strong finish in the Champions League could be possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could be possible. And a European finish really can be possible in the league. I just want to see this team with those last set of games. First of all, go and get the tie sorted on Wednesday night against Club Brugge at home. We realistically should do, but you never know with this team. You never know with the competition. But on paper, we should be doing it and should be securing our place in the quarterfinals. Get that game done with. Take the break. Let's get the players back. Let's get the squad back. And let's go and hit the last bit of this season hard. Because otherwise, you know what consequences are going to be if we don't get these European competitions. But like I said, let's regroup, refocus, and let's hit it again. And let's hope for a good finish this season. So that has been my reaction to the game. Like I said, there's not massively much to talk about tonight. For me, the main focus was just about getting the 3 points. We've done that. We've secured that position now away from home. We've got rid of that rut let's just hit this last 10 games. Let's beat that Champions League tie. And let's keep it moving. So I hope you have enjoyed. Please leave in the comments down below and on our social pages how you felt about the game and overall Villa. Are you confident of Villa going to achieve something big this season? A trophy or a top 4 finish? Let us know in the comments down below. But thank you for watching. Up the Villa with the pride of Villa. We'll see you for Club Brugge. Let's have it.